Welcome back.
Tequila Talks
and Vodka Visits.
We are,
No, we are Rosalind Thibodeau and Nikki Davis. Sometimes we forget.
So I have to go back because Nikki just informed me that we need to talk about
We need a retraction. We need a public retraction on the misinformation that Miss Thibodeau shared with us last podcast.
Yeah, okay, so first of all, I just want to say, I didn't make, my eyes are watering, y'all. I didn't make it up.
For those of you who did not see our last podcast, let's do a quick recap of what we talked about. Rosalind was under the impression that NASA has been talking about August 12th when the Earth's gravity disappears for all of 7 seconds.
Right.
So that, we had quite an extensive talk about the possibilities, what can happen.
And I did not go down enough of a rabbit hole or do enough research because after the podcast, I started thinking about it some more. And I was fairly certain that this was probably some TikTok BS. But I started thinking about it and I was like, wait a second. Gravity doesn't come from Earth. Like, gravity comes from the solar system, the moon, and the stars, whatever, the sun. So, like, if we lost gravity, our planets would start colliding. Like, it would be, we wouldn't...
Catastrophic.
Yeah, we wouldn't be floating around. So then that led me down the rabbit hole of, obviously, as I'm sure most of you know.
Let me just pinpoint real quick that usually reporters, when they're writing stories, before that they can put something out as fact, they have to check it with 3 resources.
Well,
3!
To be fair, this is not a newscast. This is just 2 besties talking, and I was just expressing my opinion about losing gravity. But I am aware now, NASA has never said that. That was not
theorists are putting that out there.
Conspiracy. We are going to have some kind of solar eclipse on August 12th. So
should not be catastrophic, so no need to panic. It won't be a zombie apocalypse.
So there you go. And while we are touching base on previous episodes, I will say that I failed miserably at the no shopping. I made it to February 6th.
I mean, that's a whole month and a week almost.
I made it to February 6th, and then I spent all day February 6th shopping with my mom. And then I ordered some stuff online.
Oh, and now it has begun. She has some makeup time to do now.
And so, but this is what I'm thinking. So Mardi Gras over. No more Mardi Gras. Mardi Gras over. And so now it's the time for like rebirth. Yes. Rebirth, starting over. So I'm thinking now is going to be my
repenting and sacrificing and...
Yeah, so now it's going to be my new year. So like right now, I'm going to start...
Anew,
yes.
Okay.
I'm going to go back to my...
Are you being resurrected?
Yes, I'm going to go back to my 3 shopping schedule days.
Mm-hmm. And
I am only going to... With the exception of those 3 days, 4 days. With the exception of those 4 days.
5 days.
4 days. Because I'm taking my daughter in March. So that's 1. Then we're going to New York in May. That's 2.
August? Don't you have something in August?
And then, and then I can just go Christmas shopping. That'll be 3. I can skip the other, so we can do those 3.
Okay, well. Let's see how that pans out. Y'all keep track.
We can do those 3, I think.
We'll keep reporting on her non-shopping experiences as they occur.
And then here's my if anybody out there has Googled me, then you may know that I have another podcast called Rise with Roz, and it is strictly a business podcast. And it's dead. It's dead. Like, I haven't posted anything on it in, I don't know, years. But it's out there. It's still out there. And one of the things that I say on the podcast is, like, I read all the books so you don't have to. You know, like, I read all the self-help, how to get rich.
The how-to books.
Yeah, all the how-to. And then, like, I I scramble and do that. So I want to say that part of my rebirth now is I have captured some of my favorite things from some of my best, like the best books that I've read, and what I think like really works business wise, and so I'm putting that into practice, and that's gonna mean monumental growth for our company.
Are you gonna share?
Yes.
Are we gonna share this information with our public
So
and
it's gonna be
our friends out there?
monumental growth for our company. So most the thing, and you've heard me say this before. So and I did not make this up, folks. This is from books. So I can't take credit. Don't be saying Rosalind said, but unfortunately, right off the top of my head, I can't remember the author. But this is from the 10-Time Rule. It is a great book. I highly recommend it. I think it's one of the best, business motivating books. So here's the thing about the 10-Time Rule. We went to the horse races. We were watching the horse races, and the horse that comes out like second place, sometimes they lose by just literally a nose. Like the other horse like reaches
like the
out.
hair on the nose.
Yeah, and like they lose by just a nose. Yes. So like the winning horse is literally just a nose better. They're not 10 times better. They're not, but the first place is 10 times, sometimes 100 times more money.
Right, than
second place or third place or fourth place. And so, if you really put that in perspective, that first place horse is not 10 times better. And they didn't probably work 10 times harder. They didn't train more. They didn't do anything.
The payout is much more.
That's right. They didn't do anything more or better than to just, be that
stretch.
And so the reason that I say that is because we're always saying, like, outwork your competition, whatever. But you got to remember that to outwork them, you only have to outwork them by a nose. Not 10 times more to get 10 times the
return.
Effect. Yeah, to get 10 times the effect. And sometimes working harder just means reaching further.
Yes.
Like, just reach further. So I really like that.
Take that extra step.
I'm keeping that focus. I'm playing with the Play-Doh. I've said this before 1,000 times. This is like my most inspirational business story because I am adverse to change. I hate change, contrary to popular belief. I don't like change. I like doing things, the same way.
Well, change is not easy. However, it can be, just doing astronomical things for your business if you are able to implement those changes and it's changed for good. It's not always easy because then you have to adjust. And it's not the task that's changing, it's the way you
do
work that task. And so, I'm up for change.
I think Albert Einstein said if you do the same thing over and over and expect different results, that's the definition of insanity.
Yes.
But the Play-Doh, so again, the names are all escaping me, but the guy that invented Play-Doh, he really did not invent Play-Doh. He invented a cleaning solvent that would clean coal soot off of wallpaper. Mm-hmm. And then when people moved to more like electric stoves and quit having that in their house, the company pretty much went bankrupt. I mean, the guy was on the brink of losing everything. And his sister-in-law had a daycare or babysat kids in her house, whatever. And the kids really enjoyed playing with the cleaning solvent, and it was non-toxic, and it was soft. It wasn't like that hard clay.
It's pliable.
Yeah, you remember that hard clay that we had like in kindergarten. And so she told him, she said, you should just add color to it and, sell it as children's clay. Yeah. And so he did. That's all he added color. One change, and one change changed
just a nose more.
Yeah, just a nose more. Just one little thing. So I'm kind of trying to implement some of that, doing some new things. We've growth, because we've got we have the HVAC company, the real estate company, and I'm also taking, for those of you that have read Rich Dad Poor Dad, this is going to resonate with you. There's a difference between your business and your job. So in my case, my job and my business are kind of the same. My business is real estate. My real estate makes money for me. But my job is also real estate because I am also a real estate broker. So when I'm acting as a realtor, that is my job. But my real estate assets are my business. And we have an asset that is our HVAC company. And for now, that is both of our jobs, getting this HVAC company to grow and getting more bids and prosper and more business and more work. But eventually that will be another business. So it's very important that you mind your business. You gotta mind your business. That's right. You should have money that makes money for you, and then the ability to make money. You make money, and then your money makes money for you. Yeah. So that's my little business 2 cents that I'm gonna implement in my my growth thing. If anybody wants to know, we will be happy to tell you. If anybody wants to know, so we do have an HVAC company, and it was mentioned to us that as a female-owned company that we can take advantage of all kinds of stuff. And I know I've said on this podcast before, I don't want to be like the woman anything. I know, but let's take
advantage of it.
Yeah, let's take advantage of whatever you can take advantage of. And
we will use our womanly wiles to the fullest.
Right.
Legally.
The process.
Morally.
The process of becoming certified woman-owned was...
Didn't you say we have to prove to them that we are actual women?
This was a nightmare, to say the least. So, I'm going to put this in perspective. I have taken... I'm a general contractor. I've taken and passed that test. I have my mechanic's license for the HVAC. All the licenses for all the companies that Nikki and I have, Nikki and I hold the licenses. Nobody else holds the licenses. We hold the licenses. So that's a lot of testing. That's a lot of licenses. A lot of stress, whatever. Nothing in my life has been more stressful. And for those of you that are notaries, y'all are going to say, oh, I took the notary exam. That was stressful. No, because I'm a notary. Mm-hmm. Nothing has been more stressful than trying to, A, prove that I'm a woman, B, prove that I own this company, prove that not only was I born a woman, but that I am still identifying as a woman.
That is just absurd to me.
So, and listen,
because now these days, what qualifies as being a woman?
Don't come at me. I
have 3 children.
I have no qualms about however you want to identify. So that's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is the fact that we live in a world where my birth certificate does not prove
birth certificate.
That my
Where would that be?
That my birth certificate does not prove that I'm a woman, absolutely blows me away. Absolutely blows me away. That I have
insane.
to. And here's my question, and I don't know if anybody knows the answer to this, but if I were born a woman, but then I currently was not identifying as a woman, would I not be eligible for this certificate? And I guess I don't know the answer, so I don't know the answer, so I'm not accusing the government or the powers that be or anybody of anything, because I don't know the answer. But I'm going to go out on a limb and say, since I had to prove that I am still currently identifying as a woman, that perhaps either it would not qualify me anymore, or I'd be qualified for some other wonderful certificate for being trans, I guess. I don't know. But
a unicorn. I mean,
if you're going to choose to be not a woman, then I guess you don't get the benefits of being
You can't have it both ways. If you choose to change your sex, is that right? Am I saying gender? Gender. Change your gender. I know that's between sex and gender, and you can't have it both ways. If you were born a woman and then you choose to identify as a man, but yet you want to reap the benefits of being a woman with this woman-owned business. No, honey. You can't have it both ways. You can't be wishy-washy. Get off the fence, one way or another. That's my opinion.
No, I agree.
Make up your mind.
And I don't know. Here's my ignorance. This is not me being ugly. I don't think I know the difference between changing your sex and changing your gender. I'm trying to be sensitive in this but I'm being sincere. And I know this is probably ignorant because it's everywhere, but
it's my
do
understanding.
you change your gender or you change your sex?
Well, it's my understanding, and like I said, I don't know either because I haven't done any research, but just from the little bit that I've thought about it, is if you're changing your sex, you are going through the transformation with the hormones and the surgery, changing your
So
sex.
you're becoming.
But
the
if you
other-
are someone who identifies differently than your sex, then that would be a gender change. That's how I
So
process it.
your gender.
I don't know. That's how I
So
process it.
gender is identification and sex
Is anatomy.
anatomy. But can you change your anatomy? I mean, your
They
external.
do.
Your external anatomy. Can you change your internal anatomy?
I mean, you can't. I don't think you can transplant a ovaries and a uterus, and I mean, you probably can these days, but I don't know.
I have so many questions. Probably
So
not.
many questions.
Probably.
How do we? I mean,
Probably.
our conversation just really took a turn, and
And I can sometimes get off on little tangents like this because I don't.
I wasn't prepared for this conversation
No,
today.
but
I hadn't thought it.
I wasn't deliberately having it, but it's out there. I mean, it's out there. So many
The
things
fact
are out
is,
there that
we are women, and we
Yeah.
have to prove that we are women in order to be certified
as a woman.
as a woman.
So
we're certifiable, all right.
So we're being certified so that we can grow
Our business.
that business, and we have many business ventures.
Yes.
I want my next business venture to fund my lake house that I'm obsessed with.
Let's get started on that.
I know. So I'm thinking about let's play this out loud. So I'm thinking about selling the yellow house and then doing a tax exchange for the lake house.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the I think I would have to sell 2 houses for the lake house to not have to be out of pocket.
Right.
Or I'd have to sell my home, my home in New Orleans,
Right.
and then move back to the yellow house.
No.
I know I don't want to do that. I love my home. So I think this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking the yellow house, and I'm in the process of foreclosing on a little brick house in Bridge City.
Mm-hmm.
So then if I do that, I think the 2 of those will get me the lake house.
Gotta have goals, people.
Gotta have goals.
Gotta have
Gotta have
goals.
goals. 1031 exchange, kick the can down the road.
Yeah.
Let the taxes be
Let's go fishing.
the next. That's what I'm saying.
Let's go fishing.
That's what I'm saying. So that's my.
We can't be growing our business if we're at the lake house fishing every weekend.
Yes, I can. Bet me.
Internet reaches everywhere.
Internet reaches everywhere. It'll be my. We can write it off. We can say that's our headquarters.
Our home office.
That's our headquarters, or on the lake. We can take potential clients fishing.
You were talking about books that you've read and how you want to implement them into your business daily. I haven't read the book, but it is talked about a lot at my office. It's called The One Thing. You're supposed to, and every morning we do like a little staff huddle, and we have a board. And our one thing that we have to come up with each day is, what is the one thing we're going to do that day that is going to move our business forward, right? And then we follow up at the end of the day. Did we get that one thing done?
How well have you been doing? Are you participating?
I am participating. My job gets a little hectic sometimes, and I don't have a scheduled. You just never know what the day's going to hold.
Yeah.
You know? So I have plans to do certain things in the day, and then the phones start to ring and the emails start to come in, and things take precedence over, you know. I do get them done, maybe not in that day, but they're getting done.
Your one things are getting done? Are they working?
I think so.
Are there like progressive things?
Yes. My numbers are looking great. They're growing. So yeah. I think so. But I think it's a great thing because it's accountability.
Yeah.
It's accountability, but also it kind of just makes you really think and focus on that one thing that's really going to push you forward in your business. Not just in your business, but in your daily job. If you don't yourself have an actual business, but you have a job, what's that one thing that you could do in your job that's going to make the rest of the day easier for you?
I think that's true with everything.
Yeah.
Motherhood, wife,
I just
being
think
a wife.
everybody should
being a
implement that
friend.
daily in your household.
You know, and you know what? Speaking of being a friend, so I have a young person that I have 5 children, so I have a lot of young people that are near me often. And one young person was talking about not having any friends, and I think, I don't know, she can't be but in her young 20s. And I thought to myself, though Nikki and I knew each other, well, first of all, I didn't know Nikki when I was 20. I met Nikki when I was, I don't know.
Not long after that.
Not long after that, but not when I was 20. And
maybe 21, Claylee and Logan.
Yeah, maybe 21, 22 years old, somewhere in there. Okay?
Long time.
Long time. But at that time, we weren't like hangout friends. You know, if the mood struck us, because I was thinking about friendship in this conversation, and I was thinking I didn't make bond. So like I kept you. I kept you and I kept Candy.
I made the cut.
I had to force myself upon Candy. Like I had to decide that she was going to be my friend, and I had to like force myself upon her. And Nikki I didn't have to put that much effort in. But I had to wait.
Easy.
I did have to wait around. She was easy. But I did have to wait around. So boy, I had to persevere and wait. But it occurred to me that I think I can say that women, generally speaking, there's always exceptions, and everybody's gonna be like, oh, I still have my best friend from kindergarten. But
that's great.
I think generally speaking, women make their true friends later in life. Mm-hmm. I think women create their bonds probably in college or after college, mm-hmm. whereas, you know, a boy meets some dude in kindergarten and they're like, hey,
brothers for life.
Yeah, you're my person, and then that's it. They're
brothers
friends
for life.
forever.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I was telling this young person, I was like, you know, you stress too much about, quote, not having friends. And I didn't either. Like, now in my life, people think that I have so many friends. And in some ways I do. Like, I have, you know, my close friends that I do this with, or friends that I do that with, and in some ways I do. But I haven't always had that. I haven't always known, number one, how to be a friend. How to make friends. Like, friendships are hard.
Like,
and
to maintain.
And
I think it's
maintaining
a friendship is the hard, because life gets busy. I am a very low maintenance friend. I have always been. I cannot see you for years.
See, you and Tabitha are like that. I can go years and pick up, and y'all are good.
I'm a low maintenance friend because I have life. And
there's high maintenance friends that just need a lot, but you know, we were talking, and I was like, I don't think it's a big deal that you don't have friends, or that you feel like you don't have friends, because what you do have friends. You have these seasonal people. You have these, mm-hmm. you know, people that you go out with, people that you know, you might,
just hang with, but
people that you're just friends with at work, or you're just friends with here or there, and I think that's okay. I don't think you make a true friend, and then when you do, sometimes you just gotta, ooh, that's probably loud. Sometimes you just gotta pounce on them. But I think what you were saying about that one thing, I think that's true for friendships.
Yeah.
So young ladies or older ladies, if you've moved, if you have been married, like in Nikki's case, she was married for a very long time and her whole focus was at home. If you are now in a situation where that's not your focus and you're wondering about how to make friends, listen, go and pick your person. Just pick a person and decide that that's going to be your person, and then make an effort. And if that person sucks, then pick another one.
Yeah. And
make an effort. But I don't think it's ever too late to make a friend or be a friend.
I make friends, you know, fairly often. Some stick around
longer
and harder.
And I've had like really,
and some are in passing, and that's fine
that's
too.
just to say, I've had really good friends that were just seasonal. Nothing happened.
Yeah.
Like, you know, maybe we worked at the same place and then, you know,
outgrew each other,
Yeah.
or life just kind of took you on different paths, and you get busy and you grow apart, and it's not because you're mad at them or something happens. It's just that we get busy, and I think in this day and age, with technology and social media and competitive everything for our kids, we're all running ragged. That
You think social media makes you better friends or worse friends?
worse.
Yeah.
I wish we can go back to simpler days. As much as I love sharing my kids and their accomplishments and the funny things on Facebook and seeing my long distance family and friends, that's the only way I get to see them, and follow along with their lives. I like the intimacy of having face-to-face conversations and having disagreements in person, rather than the keyboard warriors who would never say some of the things that they would say to your face. But I mean, you can be as brave as you want behind the keyboard to a perfectly good stranger that you have never met before, but you're judging them based off of one post. And you really could do a number to this person, not knowing
anything,
how close to the ledge they are. You know, I'm so hesitant, and then I have gone back and erased comments and stuff like that, because I don't want to get into the drama with a perfect stranger,
yeah,
who absolutely does not know my heart. You know, it's just, people have become so cruel. And I think social media has a lot to do with that, because we have become so inhumane. It's heart-wrenching. You know, I've had to teach my girls that what you see on social media is not reality. People are putting the best of their lives on social media, and so they think these influencers have the life that they want. And you know, I said, but they're not showing their day-to-day lives.
But aside from that, it's not. I think it makes it even harder to have friends and have relationships if everybody's doing everything she says as she's on a podcast. If everybody's doing everything behind the camera, then, you know, what are you doing outside of the camera? How do you meet people that aren't these fake people online, and you go places?
But I mean, are you walking around thinking, oh, well, wait, let me pull my camera out. This is a good...
I think people are.
They are, and they're not living their genuine lives. Like, they're not being authentic, because they're looking for the next post.
The next thing to put on. Yeah, absolutely. That's again, she says as she's on a podcast. I mean, and we post
two
a lot
friends
of our
talking.
Yeah.
And just sharing our thoughts. You know, we're not putting on fronts.
No.
This is this is who we are.
It's
But
young people,
there are no filters on this camera, obviously. We're not...
No, we haven't figured that out
We're not
yet.
in some fancy home.
And you know what? Not only have we not figured out the filter thing, we haven't even, honest, you guys, figured out the camera thing in general.
Or the lighting.
Or nothing.
Or the microphones.
And if you actually watch us, then you know this is like, I don't know, our third or fourth location. We're moving around. We don't know what we want to do.
We record on the fly, you know.
There's going to be some more recording on the fly. Oh, I got that thing for the car.
Oh.
Yeah.
Road trip?
I know. Key set it up for me so we can, like, do things in the car. This little hooker.
That is my daughter you're speaking of.
I don't know. I think I told you about this. We are...
Is this where she put you... in your life in danger?
Yes. I told you about this?
Yes.
Did we talk about this?
I think you did.
Anyway.
I think our last podcast you touched on.
We put this thing in the car for the whole purposes of, hey, let's do our day, you know, because we were going to this foreclosed house that's in the process of being foreclosed. Yeah. You never know what you're walking into. Yeah. And then we were going to maybe one of my rentals that was, I don't know. We had like this list of things that were like a day in a life. You know,
Yeah.
speaking of a day in a life. So she set up this camera in the car. First of all, not one thing got recorded. Let me start there.
She's fired.
Not a single thing got recorded. And then she let me walk in that house with some person that came out of another abandoned house, coming through the front door when I was going through the back door.
And text you, right?
And text me. Didn't call me, text me. Because she didn't want the guy to hear her on the phone. My God. Yeah.
Must be girl.
Yeah, so, whatever. But I do have, the point of that is that I have the thing on my car now. And the idea was to, like, you know, film these things. I think today I was supposed to do an install.
I was just thinking that. I'm like, wait, weren't you supposed to, this would have been a great thing to record. We were supposed to go to an install this morning.
An install today, but I don't know, I guess with Mardi Gras or whatever. But I will record the next install so that y'all can see that, yes, in fact, we are women, and we do have an HVAC company, and we do know what we're doing. And so we're going to record that for you. But we did not go to the install today. I am fairly certain the install got done, so before y'all start, she don't even know what's going on with her business. I do know what's going on with my business. It was actually not an install for our business. We are using a new subcontractor, and as I said, this is our business and not our job, so we do use subs, and I wanted to go on an install with that sub because obviously our name is on the business, so that's what I was gonna do, but I guess.
But instead, you have us instead. You know, we get to do this and
And
talk
we
to
get to do this.
our public.
And we get to make derby hats and that kind of nonsense. This, like, it's not nonsense. Because, as I've said before, I love just making money. Because I love spending money.
Yeah. So if you can make money and have fun doing it, why not?
Yeah. If I can make money on the things that I've spent. I know Keegan, like, rents her clothes.
She
so that
absolutely does.
So that it pays her
clothes
back.
and
I
yes.
don't know if I could do that.
No, you run the risk that some of your clothes will come back damaged. Her most rented out dress came back damaged the last time, and she charged the person an additional fee for that. They put pinholes in it and threw it in the washing machine when it should have been dry cleaned, and it put holes in the lace.
Oof.
And yeah, it was pretty devastating. But you do run the risk of that. But she's rented out that dress. It paid for itself probably 3 times over at that point.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a very expensive dress. But that's the way she gets to enjoy the fashion that she
Really
loves.
loves. Yeah, I don't think I have anything
yeah.
that I don't have cheap clothes, but I don't have clothes that I need.
You should let her come dig in your closet one day. She might be able to rent some of your stuff out for you.
I don't know. I don't know. I threw away. I don't know. I used to Airbnb. Remember we Airbnb'd, and then I couldn't. I don't want to Airbnb any place where I stay. So
yeah.
You know, I can't. I'm not even making like I have.
You know, you would rent out the stuff that is kind of almost a one-time wear thing, but you don't want to get rid of it because you paid a lot of money for it. It's not really going to be something that you'll probably wear
every day
again.
Yeah.
Because if you were 20-something-year-olds, they only take a picture in it once. I wore that already. People saw me in that already.
This is true. Hey, but you know what? I have a because I have 2 homes and the way that I work, it used to be that I would wear an outfit to the city.
Mm-hmm.
And so then I wore it to the city, so it had to come back to the country, and so then it would become a country outfit. Because I've already worn it in the city. So I could wear it in the city once and I could wear it in the country once. But I don't care anymore.
No, I will wear the same thing. If it's comfortable,
I will wear it over and over and over.
And it covers up my flabby arms and my wrinkles, I'm going to wear it.
I'm doing this, what'd you call it?
Is it the needling?
Yeah. Like the micro channeling?
Yeah.
Is it that's what it's called?
Microneedling?
Microneedling. I'm doing that on my neck. I don't know if I see any difference, but I need to see the before and after.
I see the difference.
So this is what happened. I did the first one on just my neck, and then I let her do the second one on my face, and supposedly my neck. But the more I think about it, I don't think we did my neck the second time. I think we stopped right here, and I never did my neck the second time. So I'm questioning.
The things we do to fight aging.
So I'm questioning that. I am, and we did my hands. I need to do my hands again. I have really old hands.
I was noticing in the last year or so that I was starting to see the age in my neck and my hands, because I'm 50 now. But when I'm doing my hyaluronic acid or my retinol, whatever I'm putting on my face, I rub it on my hands at night.
I'm wearing gloves.
And so I feel like, they are 50-year-old hands, but they're not.
Your hands are younger than mine.
They're not. But you're out in the sun a lot more, too.
I'm starting to
and
wear
if
gloves.
you are not wearing sunscreen, I am the sunscreen queen.
I'm terrible at sunscreen. But I did start to wear gloves while I'm driving.
Yeah.
And
I have every morning. First thing I put on is sunscreen on my face.
My hat thing, not my hat.
Your
my
scarf. Yes. I'm really driving this Daisy.
I am driving myself.
I think you need to set up your camera
even
as you're driving in the city. We can make these videos of, there's a trucker on TikTok, and it's him driving through city streets, and he's in a big 18-wheeler, and people who pull out in front of him, and it's just his commentary of, him calling.
Oh, Lord, if y'all could hear me.
Yes. I am so vulgar because I have road rage.
I don't have road rage. I have people rage.
Yes.
First of all,
I think that there should be an idiot test given.
I will run you over. I'm not even talking about drivers, because I'm the worst driver, so I'm not judging you as a driver. I'm judging you as a human being. I will run your ass over. Quit thinking that because you're a pedestrian, I won't, because I will. I will run you over.
But
I need the vacation.
There's no rules.
I will do my time.
I've been there. It's scary there. People will just dart out in the street. Cars just driving all willy-nilly.
But because of people like you,
I'm an aggressive driver.
I give a lot of thought when I buy a car to what I'm going to be called.
Because of people like me?
Yes, because and you're following somebody and you're like, move out the way, Dodge. Get out the way, you little Honda. I think about that and I'm like,
that is not what I called him.
What do I want to be called? I don't want to be called Dodge. Dodge that Dodge. That's not, so I'll think about that when I buy a car.
Loser Lexus?
Yeah. Yeah, okay, well I didn't think that one through all the way.
But then I'm Lucy Lincoln, so.
Lucy Lincoln. I just, I gotta think about that. I gotta think about, because I call people their cars.
Oh, I don't call them by their cars now. I call them much colorful.
I'm a pretty bad driver though,
words. So you are. I love you.
Soft.
I do. I love you to death, but your driving scares me.
You know what scares
I am
me?
glad that your car is self-driving.
Your daughter can ride with me. Wait, my car is self-driving, but I have to let it go for it to self-drive.
Yes.
And so what happens is I don't let it go and I'm doing something and I'm going off the road.
Yeah.
So I have to get in the habit of just letting it go.
I'm surprised you haven't been stopped for DUI checks.
And just letting it drive. But what surprises me is that Keegan can ride with me and she can be on her phone, reading stuff on her phone the entire time. I would throw up.
Oh no. Yeah.
I would get so car sick that I'd get car sick with the best driver. But with me, I'd be dead.
Yeah.
Dead.
Yeah, I can't look down either. I get extremely car sick.
So miserable. So miserable.
I think one night when we were coming back from New Orleans, it was late. But we had been drinking much earlier, hours earlier. We sobered up. Hours. We sobered up and we're like, do we just go back home or sleep in the city and have to get up early? And I'm like, let's Let's go home. But I was so tired that I kind of like this in the car, and I had my phone like this, and I was playing a game. I think the whole way home, and you were like, "How are you doing that?" And I said, "Because I'm not looking down."
You're looking at. I haven't thought about
Because I was trying to keep myself awake because I was tired. You know.
that. Didn't you want to stay awake for me? So I wouldn't be
Yeah,
all by myself.
I know. I was struggling to stay awake.
Oh.
And personally, I don't want to sleep while Roz is driving.
No, you probably. Well, maybe you
I
do.
need to keep my
You
eyes
do,
open.
because you know what? In an accident, you know what hurts you when you stiffen up.
I have
So
the neck,
like probably falling asleep is the way to survive.
I have the neck injury to prove that.
That's the way to
Yes.
survive
Yeah.
with me in the core.
Yeah.
So I don't know what today was. Today was a recap of
The NASA.
NASA.
Snafu.
Sorry guys, I messed up. That wasn't a true thing. Not a real thing. Lots of things that I say are not a real
I
thing.
think we should do a podcast or a truth or fiction, like,
Ooh.
and just come up. Although this was not planned, our NASA gravity
Oh,
topic was not planned,
do,
but we can do.
We could do two truths and a lie. Just.
I'm not good at those things.
You're not?
No, I can't think on the fly like that. I am
You
not
can make a
creative.
list. You have a whole week to make a list.
I have to make a list, but I think that we should do truth or fiction. Like, come up with these different scenarios
Okay, let's
happening in the world,
All right,
and
we're
let
gonna-
the public
We're
decide.
gonna look up scenarios and then we're gonna let y'all decide.
And just have a whole podcast about
truth or fiction.
truth or fiction.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, we'll see y'all next week and maybe, possibly, with truth or fiction.
Yeah.
This is Tequila Talks.
And vodka visits.